So there's this secret that because I follow Tumblr confessions that are supernatural confessions on Tumblr that I thought was kind of interesting, and I reblogged it and wrote some stuff about it, but I've thought about it a little more since then, and I wanted to talk about it because I actually think it's sort of interesting. Okay, so someone said, I would stop watching the show if Destiel ever went canon. Between the response from the shippers and how much it would change the nature of the show, I just wouldn't be interested in watching anymore. That said, I think a lot of fans probably feel similar to this, and enough of the audience would change their viewing habits that the show would struggle to stay on the air. Now, okay, so I'm actually talking about this because I actually sort of agree with this in a way, and I want to explain why that is. First of all, this person did not say that Dean coming out as bi or being revealed to be bi would change the nature of the show, which I think is important because I don't know if there's any non-homophobic answer as to why Dean coming out as bi would change the nature of the show. Like, that's like bullshit to me. That's homophobic bullshit. Because if Willow being, gay from season 4 onward didn't change the nature of Buffy, Dean being bi will not change the nature of Supernatural. Like, it'll still be about two brothers fighting monsters and all of that. I mean, we might see then Dean occasionally hook up with a dude from time to time, or openly flirt with a man to try to get information out of him, like Dean has done. I mean, Dean actually hasn't flirted with a girl to get information in a really long time, but he used to do it quite frequently in Kripke's era. So, whatever. Wouldn't change the nature of the show one iota. But this person didn't say that. They said, if Dean and Cass got together, which I think is a fair thing to say, because if such a thing would happen, I think that's, like happily ever after love, and there's a reason why happily ever after comes at the end of stories. And like Supernatural, its gas in the tank has always been, Dean and Sam's tears. No one on Supernatural is happy for long. And like they're always miserable, they're always on their own, and they're friends if they get friends, if they hang out with friends, few seasons later, maybe even within the season, that person is gone, they're dead. No support from other people for long. They basically just have each other, which, in part leads up to their messed up dynamic. So right, like if Dean or Sam, got a lady, if Dean got a lady too, if they managed to create a romantic partner that's better for Dean than Cass, which I think would be quite a feat, but whatever. Like, if they did do that, it could end. It's like, this person is going to be with one of the boys now for the foreseeable future, for a long time. That can only happen at the end. I mean, especially for Sam. Like, if we saw him get with some lady, we'd be like, okay, that bitch is gonna die. Because, of course, that's what happens to Sam. And it's even a joke. It's a joke among the fandom. It's a joke in the show. They've made jokes about that in the show. So, right. Yeah. And, Supernatural has never been a show really built to sustain romance, and I think that is in part is because Eric Kripke is not very good at writing romance. I mean, I could go into more detail about this, but if you've watched Revolution, you know that one of his bigger weaknesses as a writer is he's not good at writing romance. Like, I went to Destiel Con, and at least one person talked about how in narrative, often with straight couples, like, we'll see a guy and a girl, and all they have to do is be together in a room, and we'll be like, oh, they'll get together eventually. And I feel like those people must have been thinking about Revolution when they said that, because like Rachel and Miles, I never understood why they were supposed to be in love. I didn't get it. Like there was no emotional context really built up for their relationship. So I'm thinking, you know, that's one of the reasons why romance was never in Supernatural when Kripke was running it. I mean, there was a few false starts, and like with Joe, and the biggest relationship during when Kripke was running things was probably Ruby and Sam, but that was an antagonistic romance. That wasn't like a positive relationship that you were like, oh yeah, this'll end good. And you know, that was for 2 years, and it was really important to you know, Sam's character arc of becoming like the boy king and to the story and all that. So so right, obviously not a positive relationship. Not to say that the boys haven't had positive romances, but you know, it's obvious from the get-go that like they're not going to end up with these women permanently, that they're going to get back on the road and keep doing their thing. So yeah, in a way, I agree. Permanent relationship with someone for Sam or Dean would change the nature of the show. So yeah, but about some of this other stuff, like saying, like this person saying, oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would agree. I mean, that's really hard to quantify, because in truth, Destiel is the biggest ship in the Supernatural fandom. Like, nobody but bi-bro lunatics can't see that that's true. I mean, with Twitter and Tumblr and you know, Google, like search trends, how much Destiel has been searched for is higher by leaps and bounds than any other ship, including Wincest. So yeah, biggest ship. Not to say that most of the people in the Supernatural fandom care about Cass and Dean's relationship, but still. And also, I think people who have stopped watching the show would actually then come back to it. If they're like, oh, Dean and Cass are finally together, I'm finally going to start watching again. Because a ton of shippers have left for various reasons. They left, you know, for I'm No Angel, and when Charlie died. I think a few left when Kevin died. You know, Dean checking out too many college girls, that got them upset. People might have left for that. But so yeah, like, there have been a few events in the show that have gotten quite a few fans to be like, fuck this, I'm done with you, Supernatural. And you know, those are Destiel shippers who have done this, who have left, you know, mass exoduses of these people. So yeah, I think Supernatural would actually find a different audience and gain audience back that it has lost. Yeah, people, you know, especially like social justice warriors type would be like, oh, you know, gay relationship on TV, run to it, support it, to make people know, representation, yes, we need to let everyone know, watch this show, support this show. So yeah. As for staying on the air, honestly, I think Supernatural is, you know, almost over anyway. Like, with the darkness. Like, I don't know how Supernatural can go bigger than the darkness for its villain. Like, there's a reason why the first evil was the last villain in Buffy, because it's like the root of all evil. The darkness in Supernatural seems to be the root of all evil. You cannot go a concept bigger than that. I mean, so yeah, I think, you know, the darkness, Mara, they're either going to defeat her somehow this year, or they're going to keep the show going for one more year, and that'll be it. So yeah, I don't think Dean and Cass will get together, if they get together during the narrative of the show. It'll have to be like within the last like 3-4 episodes of the show where it would be like clear that they're starting a relationship that will then continue after the narrative of the actual show. would have to be how it would happen, simply because of supernatural structure and its emotional core, which has been, you know, a tragic and sad one since its inception. So yeah, that's my ideas. What do you guys think? Okay, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen.